Well, my name is John Lyles. I'm with the Digital Culture Capstone program with the film concentration at Arizona State University. I just want to do kind of my final thoughts here about the project that I submitted. It was my animated film here called Bad Agents. Originally, it was supposed to be a film about a zombie apocalypse, but it became not a feasible idea. So after watching some ESPN 30 for 30 sports documentaries, I decided to do a mock sports documentary of my own. So this is how we got to Bad Agent today.
This is my wall of work. Here's, the character sketches I've been kind of working on throughout the summer, up until even the point I was wrapping up the project. My eye chart, and also all the different models I reference. So for software use, Photoshop for props and scenery. Then I use Sketchbook Pro for all the character concepts, Maya SketchUp for the background, and then Logic for the editing voice work. Keynote for the newspaper clipping, Final Cut Pro for all the video, editing, sound effects. Toon Boom was all my animating software and all screenplays written in Final Draft. For hardware, I use the Yeti microphone for voice recording, of course my trusty Cintiq tablet, and then I owe a lot of thanks to Rockstar Energy Drinks for keeping me going. Here's some extra animation I just wanted to include that never made the cut. I was going to do a scene with Gordy playing in a football game, but it just wasn't looking right, so I abandoned it.
Those are some of the aspects as to working on the project and what I used. And now, without further ado, here's the final product. Of course, you can skip past this because you've already seen it in the showcase, but here you go.
In the world of sports, can come along an athlete that was so blessed with talent and promise that it would seem unimaginable that they would never climb to the top. But time and again, we see these athletes fall from grace before getting the chance to show the sports arena what they're made of. Sometimes it's drugs or alcohol that steals their career. Sometimes it's an injury that claims their spot in history, or sometimes it's someone close to the athlete that robs them of their God-given opportunity. Someone that the athlete trusts. Someone like a bad agent. Our story begins in the small town of Desperate Heights, Indiana. A small, low-income town in the southern part of the state. Once a very prosperous town with the nation's leading manufacturing of lead paint and asbestos. Now a crime-riddled forgotten place on the map. On March 12, 1979, at 7:52 a.m., Gordon Stephanie Pruitt was born. Word spread quickly throughout the town about his birth.
Word always got around quickly in that town, but when Gordy was born, it got around almost instantly.
When I first heard the story about how the whole town heard about his birth, I thought it was because his middle name was Stephanie, Because it's a chick's name.
Gordy's mother died while giving birth in a scene that can only be described as...
You remember that little colored capsule you would get as a child? The one you'd drop in a glass of water, and the big foam dinosaur would pop out of it? It was like that.
Like a jack in a box. Boosh.
Gordy's father walked out on his mother early in the pregnancy, and his birth was making national recognition, especially with a few of the local high school coaches. Together, the coaches raised Gordy. Yeah, me and the other guys just wanted to give Gordy a home and a family. It's hard to take care of a child, especially one his size. We knew he was a special child. Not because of his size. He was huge. He was really big for his age. Yeah, that boy was talented. Gordy really excelled at sports from a young age. He was named MVP of his childhood t-ball team. Given his enormous size, it came as no surprise when Gordy broke every possible middle school basketball record.
Shoot the ball!
It wasn't even fair, but man, it was really fun to watch.
But despite all of his success in the other sports, Gordy gained the most notoriety in the game of football. He absolutely dominated in middle school and Pop Warner leagues, and the same for high school.
Gordy was unstoppable.
Dude, he was like a bulldozer out there. Better yet, he was like Chuck Norris out there. In fact, I heard that Gordy and Chuck Norris got in a fight, and it ended in a tie. Dude, Walker status, bro.
Leading his school to 4 consecutive state titles, quickly becoming the nation's top recruiting prospect for the college game. Welcome those of you at home to our live coverage of National Signing Day. And the national sensation Gordy Pruitt has narrowed down his offers down to these two schools. First, we have Corn-Eaton Hick University, a school known for their excellent agriculture program and of course their long-standing tradition of football. The prestigious University of Drunken Irish Catholics. Either school he chooses, it's gonna be one lucky institution. Looks like he's about to make his choice. Gordy Pruitt has just shocked the nation! He has selected the Fighting Frijoles of the University of Southern California, Chula Vista. I thought that boy was a idiot for doing that.